Have another vegetable.
Couple things before we get too far into talking about all this great big reunion and stuff. There are some really nice things that are sitting up here to be auctioned, not auctioned off, but actually raffled off later this afternoon. And I want you all to be aware of how it's working. There's a real nice teddy bear there that you can put in an attempt to draw that teddy bear. I'm sure there's several of the kids around here that would like an opportunity to get it. Also an antique sewing machine and table. Now the proceeds are going to go to help us pay for all of this stuff because Bob and Laura and Rondi and Tony have put an awful lot of effort in this, and we want to help out wherever we can. And hey, this is kind of a neat way to do it. Cheryl too. Oh, I'm sorry, Cheryl. You're going to see a few mistakes, but we'll kind of go from there. Anyway, big wheel, and there's a spoke center, and that center has been in Salem, Oregon. I know all of us, my family and Ronnie Marlene's family and all of yours, it seemed like the only time we really got together is when we showed up at Auntie Catherine's house. It seems like most of you who I know, I only saw you there. That's the only recollection I really have. And Auntie Catherine up the short, of course, had this monstrously huge house that we always were able to fit into. And I just wanted to say, I think that's a real centering point for all of us. Now, Ronnie Marlene was, you know, and all the information was sent out. Some of you sent back stories and tales and things that happened that you remember about our family. And we kind of clipped them all out. And in kind of a random style, Rondi and I are going to go. But first, Rondi's going to talk to herself about some things, right? No. Cousin.
I don't know if the buttons have been explained to everybody. Some of you got here just a little while ago. We tried to figure out a way. We looked at somebody who had not a clue who this person was, that where they fit in to our family. And Cheryl came up with the idea that we color-coded the buttons and the pictures on the wall, that you would get an idea that starting with Auntie or Aunt Catherine or Peggy, whichever name you want to call her by, and Uncle Russell and Aunt Gladys, they are in lavender because they are truly our only living uncle and aunt on the Poison side. From there, it goes to pink, which is their children and all the brothers and sisters. From that, it goes to yellow, which is their children. Then we go to blue, and then we go to green, which is the fifth generation. So as you go through and look at the pictures, that's kind of what you need to keep in mind. And then you look at a button. Oh yeah, you're the third generation. You're the fifth generation. Now all the little tiny ones, that's the starting of the fifth generation. So hopefully in a few years, as they get older, we can all get together again and see how many more come along. So now that we've explained that,
I think that's a good explanation. Everybody understand? Great.
what generation are you?
I'm the blue generation.
She doesn't have a
There you go.
Okay. Well, this came from one of us over in the Cheney area called Robert L. Nelson. Everybody knows him as Louis. Why is his name Robert? We have a load of those stories in here about different names. Anyway, this was a situation back when Louis Nelson was a little kid and he was playing in the dirt at his father's home, and Uncle Russell came along and they ended up playing in the dirt and catching grasshoppers, pulling the legs off those grasshoppers and using their legs as teams of horses for their play. Now, little kids may not understand this, but they didn't have a lot of toys. There really weren't a lot of toys, so you can see where some of our some of the places we've been, pulling off legs of grasshopper.
Another time at Auntie's in Salem, the kids would be left home to, have a good time and play their games. And a lot of times the adults would maybe go out in the evening and then come back. And one night they came back and it was rather late. And of course, you have to get a picture that there's bodies everywhere. There's bodies on the floor, there's bodies on the bed, there's bodies under the dining room table, there's bodies in the garage, there's on pots, there's bodies everywhere.
You remember that?
Well, it seems that one of our uncles, Uncle Don, came home one night,
Yes, I remember.
and
That's
they
your father.
decided, since he was already sleeping in the car, that they would leave him there. Well, partially into the wee morning, the horn goes off. Uncle Don has stuck his leg through the steering wheel, and the horn is blaring. And you remember the horn.
Boy, oh boy. Now, this is really great. I'm glad I got this because I was thinking about it earlier. There was a place at Auntie Catherine's house that all of us in I guess you'd call the pink generation. When we went to Auntie Catherine's, there was a place called the Drawer. The Drawer in the hallway, and it was full of treasure. I'm sure most of you who were there in my age group and the cousins, the one thing that we found in Auntie Catherine's drawer was that complete set of Lincoln Logs that was a total of 7 pieces. The Lincoln Log set, and let me see, there must have been about 10 packages of playing cards. And the drawer was the only place in the entire house, when all the relatives showed up, that wasn't used for bedding space. The drawer was left there. And I can remember as a little kid going there, and it was always one of the first places to go. Some of the toys I remembered inside of there was a monkey made out of an athletic sock. Eddie, do you remember him? He was there, all right? And yeah, down another generation. Can any of you else remember what was in that drawer?
Chinese checkers.
There was a Chinese checker set used to roll around, make all kinds of noise.
Yes.
Bruce, you remember any of the toys in there? Okay.
You remember those trucks?
The Lincoln
Color
Logs
books?
were it. There was a can of crayons. There was a can of pickup sticks that was there. There was some Tinker toys, yeah, some of those deals. Actually, I don't remember a baseball and there was a metal can that had these crayons that were, some of them were, I mean, they had to be an inch around and about that short, and then other ones that were there, and a few coloring books to go along. Anyway, Auntie Catherine's house and Uncle Short's house, that's one of the main things that I certainly remembered about it, was the drawer. I hope you all remember that too.
Uncle Louis, while he was recovering from his knee surgery, sat down and wrote down a lot of his memories. And we sat and laughed about this morning. It seems that when he was much younger, he and Aunt Alice decided they were going to see how, a chicken could fly. So they took the chicken up to the rafters of the barn, and they threw it out and it flew to the ground. Does anybody know how many times this chicken fly down to the ground before it died? Ask them. It's not a lot. Then the other chicken story was, how many times can you put a chicken's head underwater to keep it from sucking before it drowns?